Hey guys, Cardone here.
Hey guys, Shylah here, and we're your Titans in real estate.
And today we're going to be teaching you what to expect when you're selling your home.
Alright guys, let's get right into it.
Alright, so what to expect when you're selling your home. Now, we're going to assume a couple of things. You've already hired us or some other awesome agent, and we already signed a contract and we just left your home. What's next?
Well, the first thing you want to do is take this time to clean up your house, because this is the first, you have only one chance to make a first impression. So take this time to clean up, declutter, fix all the minor things that you've been waiting to fix all this time. Like go ahead and replace those light bulbs, fix those fixtures, clean and declutter all these closets, because again, you have only one time to make a first impression. So when we return with our videographer and photographer, we want to make sure your home is showroom ready.
Yes.
So the next thing to expect is a yard sign to go up and our marketing plans to begin.
Yes, so the yard sign is so important because buyers still drive around neighborhoods that they really like, and they actually call yard signs.
Yes, they do, even with the Redfins and Zillows out there.
Exactly. Matter of fact, according to the National Association of Realtors, yard signs are the #3 way that buyers actually find the home that they want. So we want to make sure we have the yard sign in place. And after the yard sign goes up, you're going to immediately start seeing all the different points that we showed you on our marketing plan start to go into place. Such as we're going to be mailing out postcards to all your neighbors. You're going to see all the flyers. Actually, there's going to be a flyer box on the sign, and you'll see the flyers for the home. So people that are potentially interested can drive by and take a flyer. You're going to see all the internet ads that we're placing. You're going to see the video that we did for your property. You're going to see newspaper ads. So all the marketing that we talked about in our marketing plan when we signed the contract, you're going to see that happen right away. So you definitely want to expect that.
That's right, guys.
All right, so the next thing to expect is a lot of activity in the first 21 days.
Yes, guys, expect lots of showings. So when your house hits the market, understand that buyers have already been looking in your neighborhood. So as soon as they find your house, they're going to want to see it right away. Okay, guys, and the next thing you want to expect is for your buyers to try to negotiate on their behalf.
Yes, so you got to remember, it's human nature. Whenever you are buying something, you're going to want to buy it for that lowest price. Just like whenever you're selling something, you're going to want to sell it for the highest price. So expect that they're going to try to negotiate. They might try to negotiate the asking price. They might try to negotiate closing costs. They might try to negotiate the inspection reports, maybe even the contingency time periods. I want you to expect all of that. It's a part of the process. Now, as your agent, our job is to negotiate all of these things in your favor and on your behalf. So next, you have to expect that a deal will be reached.
So understand, you want to sell your home so you can go ahead and move on to the next chapter in your life, and the buyer wants to buy your home so they can go ahead and move on with the next chapter of their life.
So what you want to understand is that this deal is actually a really small part of that whole process. And yeah, there's a lot of money involved, but a deal will be reached.
Okay guys, now once a deal is reached, within 7 days of the buyer opening escrow, be prepared to deliver the buyer all disclosures.
Yes guys, this is so important. So within 7 days, you're going to have to deliver all disclosures. Disclosures are just documents you fill out telling the buyer about all the things you know about the home that could maybe be problematic or just repairs you've made and things like that. So you want to prepare all of that within 7 days of opening escrow. You also want to deliver to the buyer any type of reports. So that's something we're going to set up for you. A termite report, a natural hazard report, a preliminary title report. These are all things that we're going to deliver to the buyer, but ultimately it falls on the seller to get those reports over to the buyer within 7 days. Now, all that stuff needs to be done, like I said, within 7 days of opening escrow, because it's a part of the purchase agreement here in California. That's why it's so important. Now, you should also expect within 17 days of opening escrow for the buyer to have signed off on all those disclosures and those reports. You should also expect for the buyer's lender to have already underwritten their loan and be ready to fund the loan. All of these things usually take place within the first 17 days of opening escrow. So expect that. All right, so the next thing I want you to expect is for the buyer to remove all their contingencies within 17 to 21 days of opening escrow. So there's 3 hurdles that a buyer has to get through to complete the transaction from you. The first thing is that they need the appraisal to come back on money, meaning that the price that we're selling them the house for, and when an appraiser comes out, it needs to show that the house is worth that amount of money. The next thing is the inspection report. If their inspection report comes back good, there's not a lot of problems or things that we have to negotiate, they're gonna sign off on that contingency. And the next thing is them having the ability to get the loan funded. So everything that they needed to do with their lender has been met, and the lender is saying, okay, we will fund this loan. But once all 3 of those things have been completed, the buyer needs to sign off on those contingencies. And so what happens then is that the earnest money deposit that they use to open escrow now becomes yours. So even if for some crazy reason the buyer cancels the deal, you get to keep that deposit as liquidable damages.
Awesome, yes. So expect the buyer to remove all contingencies. Now this is something that the buyers don't like to do, but it's in the contract. And as your agents, we are firm believers in enforcing the contract, so why not go by the book?
Exactly.
All right, guys, now it's time to start moving. Expect it to take a little bit longer than you thought it was going to take to get yourself out of the property.
Yes, guys, this is really important. A lot of our clients will tell us, oh, I only need a few days to move out. I don't have that much stuff.
We've seen those closets.
Yes, we've seen the garage, we've seen the attic. You have a lot of stuff. So once all the contingencies are removed, that's when you're gonna wanna start packing up, getting rid of stuff, and getting ready for you to move on to the next chapter in your life.
That's right. Now, guys, you need to expect that all the negotiated repairs need to be completed before the final walkthrough.
Yes, guys, this is so important. Whatever we agreed upon as a team that we would repair for the buyer prior to them taking possession of the property has to be done before their final walkthrough. So expect that. Now, the next thing you want to expect is that the loan funding might take a few days longer than you thought. And it's nothing for you to worry about. The reason why this happens is because a loan officer doesn't control every aspect of getting a loan funded. There's an underwriting department, there's manager approvals that have to take place. There's a big team in place to get a loan funded for a house because it's a large amount of money. So it's nothing for you to worry about, because as long as you hire a great agent or someone like ourselves, our job is to stay on top of that lender and their team to make sure that loan gets funded. But I want you to expect it to take a little longer than you thought it might. All right, guys, so the next thing is I want you to expect the deal to close, right? Which is really what you want. Now, once all the contingencies have been removed, the loan is moving along, the deal is going to close. Now, there might be a couple of bumps and things that we as your agent are going to take care of for you, but the deal's going to close. And when it does close, it's important that you're ready to turn over those keys and turn over possession of the property as per the contract. All right, guys, so I want you to expect that your proceeds check from the sale of your house to take about 2 weeks to clear your bank account, especially if you have a lot of equity. So what we highly recommend is that you allow us to tell the escrow company to, instead of cutting you a check, to do a wire transfer. A wire transfer, as soon as you turn over those keys, almost instantaneously, you're going to have your funds available to you so you can go on with the next chapter of your life. So the moment that you turn over possession, the money's right inside your bank account. Instead of you taking that check to the bank and they're saying, hey, we don't cash $400,000 checks all the time, this is going to take about 2 weeks for us to clear it.
Exactly.
All right, guys, so one of the last things that we want you to expect is for you to go online to the post office and for you to do a change of address. This is important because once you turn over possession of that property, you don't want to have to keep going back and forth trying to get your mail. So about a week prior to closing, go online, do the change of address, and it'll be all taken care of. So these are all the things that we want you to expect to happen when you're selling your home. By you having these expectations already, it's going to make the process go that much smoother.
That's right.
That's all we have for you guys this week. If you have any questions, please feel free to call the number right here or go to our website at theusandtheus.com. Until next week, we'll see you later.